Do you believe that when we have adversity and when we have very challenging times in life, that is God testing us, the universe testing us? And I say God loosely here with a grain of
Sure,
salt.
sure.
You know what I'm saying. Um,
Hmm.
or is it simply random events in life and that gives us the opportunity to decide what we're going to do? And in the end, there's no meaning behind it at all.
Everything we do prepares us for a level up, so to speak.
Mm,
Uh, Another uh, phase in the maturation process or individuation process or just developing ourselves, whatever perspective you want to look at that from. But it's okay, you've done this work,
yeah.
and now you have to go through this period of, kind of put your money where your mouth is, and let's put this to the test. But I wonder if some of that is we only have room for so much, in the sense that when I learn new things, um, I may now possess beliefs or skills that are outdated, um, irrelevant now, obsolete, and I have to shed those because they're now dead weight. Um, and maybe it's just aspects of my understandings of things. Maybe that's kind of along the same line as beliefs and stuff, but there's just a lot of outdated beliefs and skills and aspects of myself that have to say die so that the new ones can be born, so to speak. And uh, there's probably a phase, a name for that phase in alchemy. Really, but there's this sort of alchemical process that's happening. There's different names for it, but there's this part where it's like, okay, um, things are what they've been.
Mm.
Now it's time for them to become something else. Um, but now it has to sort of make room for that, to purge, to shed the old skin so that I can grow. We see that with snakes and lobsters, and so
Well, for men, it's
that
a
can be.
choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
A lot of, well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like when you look around, and I could be wrong here, but it seems like a lot of there's just so much wasted potential. Like, there's so much opportunity I see in people for magnificence, for growth, for something beautiful. Yet, I also see a lot of wasted potential. So I think I think that's where the other side of the argument comes in for me, where it's like, yes, the universe is teaching us something. However, it's our responsibility to respond to that and actually acknowledge that and take responsibility and say, you know what, I am going to learn from this. And the more, and we're getting really deep here, but from personal experience, the more that I listen to my intuition and to that voice of God, I like to call it, anytime
Hmm.
my heart tells me to do something, anytime uh, my uh, my intuition guides me in a specific direction or teaches me a lesson, the more I listen to that, the better my life becomes, truly. However, when I avoid that voice or when I ignore it, bad things happen. It's almost like the law of karma. So I believe that, yes, the universe will guide us. A greater power will show us the way. Our intuition does do that for us, that sense of purpose within. And that's probably why we relate to stories so much. However, we have the choice, and that is the ultimate responsibility.
I'm terrible at recalling quotes, but this does make me think of Viktor Frankl's quote of between the stimulus and response, there's a space, and that space is the choice, which is the last of the human freedoms. And I
Mm.
think that fits here because it says, okay, there are things that happen that are external to us, and depending on how we respond to that, determines what that thing does to us.
Mm.
So what that might say is that if God does test you, He brings you to this place, or the universe conspires to present you with this fork in the road, so to speak, this
Yeah.
choice that whatever choice you make, how you respond to that determines what you get out of that. And do you grow? Do you evolve? Do you move towards something more meaningful, or do you um, make a choice that's detrimental to you? And I would also add that, to me, in that context, not making a choice is making a choice, and
Mm.
it's probably not a good choice, because
Wow.
the sort of absence of that would be meaningless connections. If there's no value, there's no meaning in making a choice, and that leads to cynicism and ultimately nihilism.